Buenas noches. We'll let the song play. All right, y'all. Welcome to another edition of Let's Talk Tejano here on Sirius. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for patiently waiting for the interview. We are all here. We're connected, and I'm just going to say go Team Android because they saved the day today.
Yeah.
I want to welcome our guests as well as our co-host tonight. I am Miss Mary from Let's Talk Tejano. I have along with me George and DJ Elite, as well as Joe Solis from the 181 Boys. I'll let them introduce themselves. So go ahead and take it away, George.
Welcome in, everybody. It's George from Houston. Little delay here, but we're here. Better late than never. Looking forward to talking to Joe here from the 181 Boys. And thanks for hanging in there. And here we go.
That's right. That's right. Welcome in, DJ Elite here as well. Blessed to be part of the crew, and we're excited to hear from Joe Solis. Like George mentioned, we had a couple of difficulties here, but now we are on board and we are good to go. And welcome in, Joe. How are you doing?
Saludos, man. Hello, everyone. Doing great, man. Thank you guys for inviting me on your show, man. It's a blessing to for God to bless us with great people like you guys, man. And sorry for the little oi.
Oh,
I was
For
like,
the
you dropped me. You dropped me.
for the
Ouch.
little technical difficulties, right? But I guess Android saved the day, like Mary said, right? So
you keep dropping the phone like that. Andrew ain't going to say nobody.
Ay, ay, ay.
But we're doing great, man. Thanks to God, man. We're doing great. We're blessed to be here, man. And thank you guys for the invite.
Yeah.
Was welcome. Well, Joe Solis, you are a part of the 181 Boys. So let's talk about the 181 Boys and let's get a little bit of history going. Where are y'all from, and how did we get the band started?
We're from here, from Gregory, Texas, man. From just north of Corpus, on this side. Like we say, on this side of the Charco, right now. On this side of that big bridge that they just built here in Corpus, right? So. But yeah, we're established out of Gregory, Texas. My brother and I, we established the group back in 2022. We just completed 3 years, or in July. Everybody always asks where the 181 came from, right? And for those of you that are familiar with this area, the Highway 181 runs from Corpus all the way through the towns of Kennedy and Corn City up towards the outskirts of Seguin and all that. So we grew up right off 181 there in Gregory. So it was only fitting for us to kind of put a piece of our town into our band name, right? So that's where we came with the 181 Boys.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the name was natural.
Yeah, and we didn't, when we came up with the name, my brother and I, Manuel, we didn't want to have either my name or his name. A lot of conjuntos, right? They tend to put their name, the main singer, whatever. I didn't want it to be Joe Solis and so. We kind of wanted them where people had to kind of listen to the music. Where what do these guys play, right? It could be conjunto, it could be country, right? But kind of forced to have to listen to what who are the 181 Boys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we definitely got to, well, me first time. I think you and Mary already kind of knew each other, but I got to meet you in Beeville not too long ago.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you guys put on a hell of a show, dude.
Yeah.
Hell of a show, man. I mean, I know it was a little different venue, but man, you guys were rocking it, man. It was my first time hearing y'all actually that night. And ever since then, man, I've definitely been adding you to the playlist. Obviously, traditional conjunto. You mind giving us an insight as far as what introduced y'all to that? I mean, to the music.
Well, our style, we kind of based it off of, we're big Hometown Boy fans, believe it or not. My brother and I were big Hometown Boy fans. Garcia Brothers. We kind of wanted veer away from the South Texas, right? Nothing against, it's great music, right? But kind of try to hit up this new genre, right? This younger genre with a different style, right? A different sonido, where it would catch these youngsters' ears, right? A little bit more of a progressive, kind of a progressive conjunto sound. It's like Dos Enamorados. It's an old throwback Tejano song from back in the 80s, from the group Mañana Band, right?
Yes.
So that was kind of where we wanted to go with this, kind of bring those new songs, back, into the 20, this genre right now, right? So, by us going with this sound, was the only way, we were gonna make that happen with those kind of songs, right? So, a lot of people always tell us, you don't really have the traditional South Texas sound, right? And that's what we were kind of shooting for. We kind of wanted to go outside the box a little bit and kind of create, what we've created, man. The guys, my brother did a hell of a job, making the sound for us. He was our original drummer, right? Now, we got Mr. Ruben Mendoza back there, right? And the guys are doing a great job, man. Just going with our vision, right? Our vision that we wanted for the 181 boys.
Well, for the people that don't know, how did y'all? Well, what mold did y'all break out of as far as the South Texas traditional sound? What would you? What's the best way to describe that sound? For some people that don't know.
Like around this area, right? Of course, Tony La Rosa, Angel Flores, the they're the big ones here in this area, right? And that's, we still play their music, right? But we kind of try to do it in a different, stilo, right? Where, have a little more of a different flavor to it. So we kind of wanted to go with that hometown boys, that Garcias, our accordion player, he does a lot of little licks, of Garcia brothers every now and then, right? And hometown boys, right? So, that kind of that puts us in that, with the sound that we're kind of looking for, right? So, but yeah, we're kind of going with that heavier hometown boy sound.
I like how you say licks. That's a that's a good way to describe it. But going back to, you mentioned something, and that is you wanted to cater towards the younger audience. And so is that because of your age, or why is that important to you? Do you feel that the older age is, is there an issue, in other words? So once again, why is that really important to you, that you want to cater to the younger age?
No, not that it's an issue, right? But in order for this to kind of keep going, right? Certainly not my age. Certainly not my age. Being younger, right? Because I'm definitely not young.
Yeah.
But no, in order for this to continue, right? This younger generation has to, start listening to this, the conjunto era, or conjunto tejano, right? Just to kind of, catch their ear, right? If it catches their ear, well, it'll be, it's benefiting that way, that this, this whole era of conjunto tejano, whatever it is, it keeps going, right? If not, it's gonna fade away slowly, right? So, so yeah, not so, no, nothing with the older generation, that's great, right? But it's more for the, where the younger generation kind of picks up on all this and keeps it going, right? Keeps it going after us, after all the,
that's what we get into time and time again, is, keeping the cultura alive. Now, of course, I start saying or using a certain term, and Mary would just, and we all do. It's, you constantly hear, right, Tejano is dead, and it just boils our blood. But you are right, though. You have to keep that younger generation reeled in, and you have to just tune it up enough to get their attention. So I'm glad you mentioned that, and that, you touched up on that. And that's good to hear that that's exactly what y'all are doing. But in all honesty, just with me, my opinion, to be honest, your sound is so good. I don't think it has anything to do with age. It's just a good sound, man. I'm telling you. And, we had a comment from Ophelia, who's joining us today, and she said as well y'all were jamming out in Beeville. I mean, we had just a great time listening to you guys. So if somebody didn't check it out, they missed a heck of a show.
Thank you
Very
guys.
much so.
Thank you.
And
We try to do we try to get everything we got, man. Every time we get up there, we tell the guys, man, we're there to have fun, right? But at the same time, we're there to do a job, right? And we want to give people, what they paid for, right? Whether it's at a club or a private event, right? Because that's hard-earned money that that people work for, right? So we're there to have a good time and enjoy it, but at the same time, it's also to put the best show and do the best job that we can once we get up there, right? With all the energy that we have, right? So that's always the plan when we get up on stage.
you've already touched on a few topics that we like to get into on Let's Talk Tejano about, Tejano Conjunto culture and young generations. And like you said, it's not so much that you're playing for the younger generation, but you're playing for a generation that can pick it up, and they'll learn it from you, and they'll want to be like y'all because you don't sound traditional, right? You don't sound like the traditional way. That it's okay to sound in your own style, because we cover that a lot on our podcast, where we say covers are essential. And what y'all did with Dos Enamorados, like, you made it your own. Like, I remember playing it for the very first time on my show, and everybody's like, "Who is that?" Like, I've never heard them play it like this. And I was like, "You got to go check them out. Go to YouTube, go to them social medias, go find it, because it is amazing." But I think what you pick on is very essential, because we do need the younger generation highly involved in this music and aspire to be like y'all. Put your twist on it, make it your own, make it so that anyone that hears that song knows it's you, and knows it's your style, and know that it's you putting your influence into that music. No matter if it's a cover or not, you're making it yours. And I think with your songs, because few other that I've heard, and when we heard you live, like, every song that you jammed out, you just made it your own. You made it the 181 style.
Yeah, and that's the whole key, that we're really not gaining anything, right? If we get a song and we play it lick for lick exactly the way the original artist, or composer, the way they did it, right? So that's the whole right now we're back in the we're getting back in the studio again, right? Volver is our latest single out, right? The whole challenge to get in the studio is to convert music, to make it your own, like you just said, where people, they don't remember, not necessarily they don't remember the original, but when they hear it, they're gonna say, "Oh man, that's these guys, man. They did it. They made it right." We still, like Movida Merly, we still put a few licks, of the Ricky Smith style, right, where people can remember, like, hey, that is a Ricky Smith song, right?
Right.
La Movida, but yeah, that the whole challenge of when we studio is to make the music, our own, the way we want to make it.
So pretty safe to say there was a lot of musical inspiration from different artists, different, I guess, I wouldn't say different genres. I mean, y'all kind of kept that style. Y'all just revamped the style, basically, right?
Yeah,
kind of brought it more up to date.
When we decided to do this, my brother and I, there was not going to be no 181 Boys, believe it or not. It was just a project, man, that my brother's been a drummer since he was 16 or 17. And, he's played with a lot of local bands and stuff, right? So when he finally got out of the last group he was in, one day he just told me, let's go in and record, man. And a big shout out to our record producer, Mr. Lorenzo Papo Banda, bass player for Elida Yavante. We gathered a couple of friends and a family member, Mr. Primo Garcia, Timo de la Paz, and Pedro Solis, our primo. We got together and we started, working on all this. And the one thing we told the guys is, there's two songs that we're gonna record. Whether we record a full album or we don't, these and they're from our town, right? Both bands were from. reason for. But
Hey Joe, I'm sorry, we're losing you. We're losing you there for a minute, Joe. Um,
can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you go.
yes or no? Yes or no? We can.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the whole. When we get in the studio, we want to kind of make the music our own, right? Convert it, and put our own arrangements to it. And we always tell the guys we're not gonna go in there and knock out an album in a week, man. We're gonna take our time and make sure it sounds the way we want it to sound, and
Yeah.
and make it worthwhile being in the studio, right? Because at the end, a good friend of ours would always say, you record good music and it'll get played, right? So,
Right.
That's the whole key, try to record good music so you guys can play it, right? And everybody else can play it.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
And dance to it. Your music
Yeah.
is so danceable, and like you guys just jam out. So a big saludos going out to Cielo Promotions in the house.
Yep.
Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's talk Tejano here on Sirius Tejano. We have here Joe Solis from the 181 Boys. Please feel free to share the live and comment. We'll read it for y'all. But welcome, everybody. So getting into the style a little bit, and your songs, you're releasing Volver Volver, and we're gonna hear it in just a minute. Elite's gonna play it for us in just a minute. What was the inspiration, or what was this a song you've always wanted to jam out to, or like what was the inspiration for it?
Volver Volver, actually, it was we were watching that the Vicente Fernandez Netflix series, right? That's on the Netflix series.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And man, great series, by the way, man.
Yes.
Great series, but great documentary on Vicente. And
Oh no!
Oh no!
I was just getting into the meat.
Oh
Come back.
a great song to this could be a great song to record, right? And he goes, well, let's do it. Boy.
no!
He's got to put that Canes cup close to him. I think if he puts the Canes cup close to him, then he'll get better signal. Hey, making me hungry. I need a
Yeah, and
now.
then we finally, put the
There he
arrangements on it for ranchera, and we're like, you know what? I don't think anybody's done Volver Volver ranchera, right? So
Uh-huh.
let's record it, ranchera. No, we pieced, my brother and I and the guys, we pieced it up, and that was the final cut right there. What you guys have, right? The way we decided to arrange it.
Let's go
Can
ahead and
y'all hear
listen
me?
to it.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
we can hear you.
Hello,
Yeah.
Can you hear
Yeah.
us?
Can you hear? Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
hello.
We need sign language.
If you can hear me, Joe, I was saying that you need to move your Canes cup a little bit. Maybe that'll give you better signal.
I don't think
You
you
can't. You
can
can't
Can you
hear
hear me?
us. Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Sound like it cut off.
Yeah.
Can you hear
Hello.
us, Joe?
La Doña,
Yeah. It
welcome
froze.
in. We also got Norma Salazar from
Let's
Michigan.
see if Joe can work out the
Solo
kinks on this.
Productions is in the house as well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Big stuff going to Desiree. Is it Alexis? Alex
Maybe
Kelly
it's their
O'Healy,
connection.
LJ Medina. We got Leslie in here. Cody. Hello, Daniel Rivera, La Doña, and Jonathan. Big stuff going to here he's back.
Can you hear me now? Cut off.
Yay!
There you go.
Sorry
We're
about
gonna
that.
figure it out.
Yep,
Yeah,
we can hear you now.
so like I was saying, yeah, we messed with Volver Volver in several, different ways, cumbia and bolero, and we finally decided that we liked the way it sounded ranchera, right? And we didn't think anybody had really done it ranchera, right? So yeah, at the end, we got with the guys and we kind of put everything together, and that was the final copy right there, the way we decided to record it.
Nice.
Awesome. Big salutes going out to Terry and Jackie. Welcome. Welcome here. We have Joe Solis, 181 Boys. We're going to go ahead and hear their newest song called Volver, Volver. You got it, Elite? You're on me.
Come on.
Este amor apasionado anda todo alborotado por volver. Voy camino a la locura y aunque todo me tortura, te querer. Nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero se llegó el momento de perder. Mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver y volver, volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez. Llegaría hasta donde estés, yo sé perder, yo sé perder, quiero volver, volver, volver.
Julia said that is fire. Terry come in. She said that's a bad jam. We got La Doña says, Dale shine, Joe Solis.
That is a jam.
I like that shirt, brother. You got to lean back just one more time, man. Is that
Let's
one
see the
boy shirt right there?
81 Boys.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
like that.
I like that, man.
Our old one, we have our new ones. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all paid attention to our logo that we had that day in Beeville with the skull and everything.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're making some shirts with that logo on there also.
All right.
Oh, cool.
I like the hats, and I was supposed to see y'all when you came to Dallas, but we had another engagement to go to, so I couldn't go. But the hat is the one I want from y'all.
You know, we're getting some made because I ran out a couple of weeks ago. We ran out of them, so we're getting some new ones made. So, yeah, I took them. I took all the merchandise that day to Dallas. We missed you guys there.
I'm so sorry.
Well, I think, yeah, after y'all got off the stage, we finally caught up to you outside, man. I was like, hey, man, Terry, Mary was like, hey, there goes Joe. Let's go get him. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah, we appreciate all the love. Thank you guys.
Yeah, you definitely jammed out. But I think what we talked about you having a different style definitely captures you are conjunto, but you have a twist to it. You have your own formula to the music, and I think that's really essential to what you're doing. We have I don't want to say too much, but we want that different style to come out, and I think you all do a really good job. Big salutes going out to Ruben Mendoza. He said, Puro 181 Boys. They want the caps, and they want to know where you can get the merch. So before I lose that comment, do y'all have a website, or can we message you on here on Facebook?
Just direct messages on Facebook, or or directly on Facebook, and we people just send us their address. We ship some out to Florida, to Arizona. Saludos to everybody that has supported us, right? To Cielo Promotions, Alex and Vivian La Doña Chingona, right? That they do a great job with us, man. And thanks to Cielo Promotions for everything they do for the 181 Boys.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they can direct messages for the merchandise.
Okay.
We try to get creative with our merch, believe it or not.
No, it looks good, man. Y'all doing a good job on it. I like the hat you're wearing now. Is that one of them?
Yeah, this is one of them. This is actually the first one that our sponsor, the cap maker that makes them. He wanted us to try them out and see how what we thought about them, and we got a big response on them. So yeah, we placed another order with him. So we got these, and then I made some gray ones with the Texas logo on it, and I believe the guys were wearing it that day in Beeville. Some of them were wearing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we made some with the Chrome logo, on there.
Yeah.
So I'm real picky when it comes to the way things look, right? The the guys freak out because they go, man, but it has to look good. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Man.
Most
It has to
definitely.
look art.
Well, I mean, and this is for the people down here, our guests and our guests down here in the comments. If it looks like I'm having a stroke, it's because Mary flipped my screen today. I'm still trying to distinguish my left from my right. So don't mind me. I'm still trying to
Regardless of the
adjustment here.
screen, you had trouble distinguishing that anyways. So.
Oh yeah, but it just made it a lot more challenging.
Brother, I got you. No, pero yeah.
I'm always the one there pointing fingers, pero está bien if you want to blame you.
Welcome in, Danny. Welcome in.
Yeah, so let's go to Corpus Christi. Danny Noyola. Thank you so much. So going back to the music, what is there any collaborations that you would like to be a part of, or are you going to be doing soon or in the future?
We've tossed it around, our drummer Ruben Mendoza, man, we've been blessed to get him on board, right? After with those chamacos for 24 years, he's fixing to be a year with us here in August, and he's kind of working on some things with some of the musicians that the artists that he knows, right? I know he's reached out to Chente, to try to do a collaboration with us. I believe who else had he reached out to? I believe he even told Jaime, Jaime de Anda, to if he's interested in doing a collaboration with us. So yeah, it's in the works. It might not happen, on this album, that we're working on, but in the next album, I'm thinking we'll collab with somebody, right? So yeah, we've been tossing it around and talking about it. So. Big shout out to Ruben and the guys, Mike, Harvey, and Buddha, right? That, them guys do a great job for the 181 boys.
Okay, so those are the ones that are in the works. But what about a dream collaboration? Like Ultimate would make your whole world complete.
Oh man, that's a tough one, man. Man. There's just so many, man. There's just so many. Great artists out there, right? It's just I don't know which and you're talking about any music.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Any music that you'd want to collab with.
Country, hell.
Yeah.
Ruben, they said Bad Bunny.
Ruben Mendoza said Bad Bunny.
For lifestyle.
Man, it would have to be the king himself, George Strait.
All right.
Oh, that would be fire. He could do it. He did the Ray, right? So you could do you could work the Ray in there, and that would be fire.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine? Yeah. That would be something.
Yeah, he did. I'm the rookie, believe it or not. I'm the rookie of the band. I had never been involved in music up until we created a group 3 years ago.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm the rookie of the band. I tell everybody, I'm whatever the band is 3 years. That's what I have in the business. I didn't know what it was to step in a studio or anything. So that's what I'm saying. This is a dream for us, man, because it was just gonna be a project, and it's evolved to. I never imagined even having interviews with anybody.
Right.
Did they haze you? Did they do a little hazing to get you in there?
Yeah, they would say, "Hey man, George is on the phone. You come get it."
I just always kind of. I always say I try not to ruin it for the band, But, it's great,
that'd be an awesome collaboration. I mean, it's going around. We've talked to guest musicians and obviously the country genre is kind of starting to come together with our genre as us with them. It's like it's a must. It's also a thing you must do to really.
Aaron Watson.
Exactly.
Signal.
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost like it's a staple now that Tejano music is and country has to have something together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's become the norm now.
Yeah,
obviously nothing new, but it's become the
or
norm.
conjunto with Tejano, right?
Mm-hmm.
That the conjunto with the Tejano, right? I always tell everybody, we play conjunto, but I'm a big Tejano fan.
Mhm.
You know,
Who would you work with in a Tejano collab with?
in a Tejano collab?
I mean, you did mention Chente a little bit, but like anybody else, he's kind of a border.
Man, in a Tejano collab, man, I think it would have to be like Jay Perez, man.
Ooh, wow.
Okay, that'd be cool. I could see that.
Yeah, Jay Perez. Even though I'm a big Excelencia fan, David Dianda, but I I think it would be with Jay Perez, man.
So Jay first, and then David is what you're
Yeah.
saying. Okay. And David Dianda has a little bit different style, right? They're more horns and more orchestra type. So you being newer, what has been the experience? Like, you've always been a fan of music, obviously, but once you get on this side of music, you see it from a whole different perspective, right? You see what goes into it, all the work. What has been your biggest like aha moment, or realization that this is it, like this is the real deal?
The moment for us, I guess, was when we heard that that Dos Enamorados and Movida Medley were being played,
On the radio.
on the radio, and then out in the clubs, right? It went beyond what we thought, right? Recording the album was for us just something that was on my bucket list, right? Because everybody else, they're seasoned musicians, right? It was on my bucket list just to record, right? But when they hit the airwaves and then they hit the club scene, it was more than what I even imagined it was gonna be, and then here we are, man. God's great, man, and you guys, the radio, internet, the FM stations, the clubs, the DJs at the clubs, man. Yeah, it's been more than what we ever imagined it was going to be, right, for us. And we're grateful for everybody that has supported us, from day one.
Well, for being
And
3
then the
years
second
in,
was when you were interviewed on Let's Talk Tejano, right? And that was the
there
second.
you go.
That's the second time that you realized you made it, right?
Oh, yeah.
When you were being interviewed by Let's Talk Tejano.
That's when you said, "Man, I made it."
I made it.
I think he lost connection. That would be our.
That's why I said earlier,
Uh-oh. Can you hear it?
I never even imagined, being interviewed.
Yeah.
Now I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. We were saying that your
Yeah.
next greatest moment was that you were being interviewed by Let's Talk Tejano.
Let's Talk Tejano. Yeah, yeah, man. That's why I hear that. This wasn't even I never even imagined this. To be right here. Getting interviewed, right. When we first did it, it was just to record music, right. Never in my wildest dream that I think we're gonna be doing, interviews, right. Whether it's internet interview or, at the stations, right. So yeah, it's been a big blessing. We thank the good Lord for everything that He's blessed us with, and the great people, like I said earlier, the great people that He's put in our path, man. Because it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy, right? But we've created our own path, our own little path, right? And I think it's working for us so far.
Well, that's the good thing, man. It hasn't been easy, and because if it was easy, guess what? People like me would freaking do it, and I've got no ounce of singing talent whatsoever in my body. So, man, that's good that you guys are getting up there in an industry that's so challenging these days, especially in our genre. But with what we're doing now, social media, obviously, you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook. Do you guys are you guys starting to take advantage of that now? I mean, just starting to take it and using it for getting y'all's word out there, because the social media is the way to go right now.
Yeah, we try to stay on the Facebook as much as we can, right? I try to post, quite a bit. I here recently got on TikTok, right? We're now on TikTok, so yeah, if you're, I guess like they say, if you're not on social media nowadays, man, you're kind of lost in the world, right?
Yeah, you're behind the times.
Up until before we create the, huh?
Oh, there must be a delay, huh?
I said up until we created the band, I didn't have a Facebook, right? So we had to create a Facebook, once we created the band, put the band together, right? To kind of keep up with everything and everything that was going on, in the within the industry, right? So yeah, social media is the way to go. Definitely it's the way to go.
Most definitely. So, how did you know you could sing? Who told you? Like how did? Because I think I can sing, but I know
still don't
I'm not
think I can
supporting
sing.
in that in any way. So, like, did you just walk up to them and be like, "I want to sing," or did they ask you? Like, what was the moment that you were like, "I want to sing"? Because you said you're new, right? So, were you always singing and it just wasn't professionally? Like, tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Well, my brother and I, we don't come from a musical family, right? And I know y'all done tons of interviews where everybody says that el tío y la tía y, cousins, they're all musicians, right? Well, that's not us, right? We don't come from a musical family. Our cousins, on the other hand, they're musicians, right? And, every so often, I'd get up there with them, and sing a song, right? Just to, we've always liked music, right? But to actually do it, in a full show, we had never done it, right? So, but like I said, our primos, right? Primos hermanos, they also músicos, and I'd get up there with them, and I sang the same song like for like 10 years every time they'd call me up to sing, right? And but
What song was
yeah,
it?
that was about as far as it got. Just it was an Excelencia song. Aquí en mi corazón, the one that goes, aquí en mi corazón tú mandas. Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's on the Running Against the Odds album for Excelencia.
You can go ahead and keep.
But yeah, I sang that song. I sang that song forever. Every time they'd call me up, that was the song I would sing, right? And but yeah, it's as far as coming from a musical family, musical background. Now my brother was self-taught on the drums, and I I would get up there, and whatever key my voice hit with, that was the key I was gonna sing the song in, right? Because, but I'm still learning the keys, right? But yeah, it was just the love of the music, and the guys helped me out a lot. Still, me learning keys and the notes and stuff like that. So it's been a learning process for me, and like I said, I'm still learning how to sing.
Wanted to scare you with that question. Be like, who told you? Just kidding.
Yeah, no. That's why he's like, I hope I can sing.
Yeah, I hope I can sing.
No, dude, you're good, man. I mean,
Yeah, so up until recording Dos Enamorados, that was the first time I had stepped in a studio, right? I had never stepped in the studio before, so it was a talk about butterflies and all kinds of nerves running through my body, and then recording in front of Papo Banda, right? The Hall of Famer, right? Man, it was crazy. I probably lost like 10 pounds just trying to record one song.
It was a workout, he said.
So now that I guess
Man, you talk
already
about, man, I was.
What's that? Yeah, there's a big delay on my end. Sorry about that, Joe. There's a delay on my end, man. I was gonna say, now that you dip your toe in that water, man, what's the thought process that goes behind, I guess the songwriting, if you're doing some songwriting, or just the performances itself, man? Now that you're 3 years in, what kind of mindset do you put yourself in?
Like getting ready for a show, you mean, or
Yeah, getting ready for a show or just recording, just like
the-
we're doing now. Write a song or composing it.
as far as writing, I haven't gotten, I haven't gotten to that point. I know Ruben writes a couple, he's written a couple of songs, right? But as far as the mindset, we just, going into the studio for us, the mindset has to be, all ears, all open minded, right? Because we have a deal that, it's just not going to be, all right, my ideas, or, it's going to be whoever has the best ideas. The idea is going to go on that particular song, right? Because, at the end it's a team, right? It's a team, and it wouldn't be fair for the rest of the guys, if their ideas weren't in it, right? If it was just, my ideas or my brother's ideas, right? So the mindset going into a studio for us is, we're gonna get the best idea, whoever has the best idea, right? And as far as the show, when we get into the show, it's we go off a playlist. We like to go off a playlist. What we think is gonna move the people that night, and we gotta veer off of it for a little bit. We will. If not, we go straight off that playlist, man, and just get up there and do the best performance that we can do, man. And with the energy and and just kind of jam out like you guys said. The way we did in Beeville, man. That's the energy we try to bring every time we get up there, right? So yeah, just go do our thing, man, and give the people the best show that we can give them.
That's all. With you being new to the music industry, only 3 years in, like you said, what are some goals that you have for yourself, as far as not only singing, but have you piqued an interest in anything else, whether it comes to, writing music? Is there anything that you see yourself doing more interested in the music industry?
I would like to write a song, as we move forward, right?
Yeah.
That would be something I would really like to do, right? Try to compose a song, right? An original. Every so often I'll kind of mess with it with something in my head, right? But I will, that would definitely be something that I would want to do, and as a band, I would like us just to keep growing, man, just to keep growing, and we tell the guys, let's not get complacent where we're at,
Right.
let's not be satisfied where we're at. Let's keep
Yeah.
keep pushing, let's keep pushing for the stars, keep pushing up in this industry, right?
Yep.
So that's kind of the mindset, as the band is, let's keep recording good music. Let's keep challenging ourselves as a group to keep putting out good music and music, our style, right? Put our own arrangements, our own little, details to it, right? So yeah, as far as me, I would like to arrange a song, right? And as far as a group, for us to keep, putting out, good music, right? For everybody to enjoy, right? So
We're already doing a hell of a job, and you never know. It's your experiences as a newer member and being new to music. That might be the case, because a lot of artists, they begin to write from their experiences, whether good or bad. So you never know. This new experience for you in the past 3 years might be something that you can write down on paper, and next thing you know, we're going to be seeing written by Joe Solis. So we might be.
yeah.
So yeah, brother, that's good, man. We wish you the absolute best in that. I really see that, man.
Yeah, that would be something I would really like to do. Be able to, even if it's just one song,
That's right.
to say that I was able to write, compose, one song, right? Or whether it's me or whether it's one of the band members, right? That would be great.
We're going to be looking out for that.
Most definitely. So performances, where have you all performed? What has been your most memorable experience so far, being newer to the game, and what has been the best experience for y'all?
The most memorable one is Players, Dallas.
Oh yeah.
That,
They
that
have
was
a good conjunto crowd out there.
Yeah.
that was our first gig right out of the gate.
Wow.
Mhm.
Right out of the gate, man, was
Yeah.
Players was our first gig.
Yeah.
So it's always special to us when we go back to Dallas, right? Because that's where it started for us. 3 years ago, our first gig was there at Players.
Another. Okay. That's my old neck of the woods right there, man. Oak Cliff, Texas. So
Yeah,
born and raised in Oak Cliff, and that's my old neck of the woods. And yeah, that's a great place right there. I'm glad you had a good experience there.
we always tell the crowd there. We always tell the crowd there, man, that Dallas opened the doors for us right out of right into the scene, right? Dallas was the first place that gave us the opportunity, right? Big shout out
Right.
to Salvador Delgado, DJ Waterburger there at Players, man. That.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the place that it started for us, Players, there in Dallas, man. So
They definitely have a very dedicated conjunto fan base out there.
Yeah.
yeah, we love going.
I'll tell you what, you can't get more Texas than that when you got a DJ named DJ Waterburger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's super cool too. He's a really nice guy.
Waterburger's
You
been
can't
around
get
for
if
years,
that
man.
if that don't scream out Texas, I don't know what will, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Waterburger. He's
What
been
would,
around for years.
but
I
no,
remember
other
DJ
than-
Waterburger from.
What's that?
Go ahead, Elite. Sorry.
Oh no, I was saying that shout out to
Yeah,
DJ Waterburger.
yeah.
It's been around for years, and I remember him back from a place called Crystal Chandelier in Red Oak, Texas. I was a chavalo, like 19 years old, and I that was one of my first gigs, and he was the house DJ there, and that's when I first met him. So yeah, big shout out to him. He's been in the industry for a long time.
Crystal Chandelier, should I even ask?
Yeah, it was a country.
It wasn't a person, George. Calm down.
Oh, okay. Well, not
Yeah.
exactly what I was referring to, but okay.
The Valley, we love the Valley also, man. The Valley has really accepted us, real great, real good also, man. The 956, saludos para todos ahí en el Valle, ¿verdad? We'll be in San Antonio, at least in September. We'll be in San Antonio with Cielo Promotions. We've only been in San Antonio, I believe, once.
Yeah.
And here in Corpus, we'll be here in Corpus. As a matter of fact, this coming Sunday we'll be in Corpus. But yeah, all the events that we do, we enjoy them. But the one that always, is Players, man, because they I'll never forget the conversation I had with Salvador, man, when he called me. I said, hey, man, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've never performed in front of a live audience in a full show. I said, hey, man, if you want to book us, there we go. You talk about being nervous, driving 7 hours up there, for the first show, coming out of the gate, right, man. I was the thing that was in my head was, man, I'm going to get up on stage and the words aren't going to come out of my mouth. But
Did you
man,
have a moment where you had to release everything inside of you? Did you have nerves?
No,
Okay.
that's what I didn't want. That's what I didn't want, because I said, if I do that, then I'm really in trouble. But
It hurts
no,
your throat.
no.
We're just trying to ask you that you drop off the Browns at the Super Bowl.
Once we got into it, man, it kind of just the nerves started kind of fading away. But believe it or not, I still up until today, man, I still get nervous every time we're gonna perform, right? It's like anything, right? You whether you're performing or you're competing in a sport, you get little nerves, right? So yeah, even today, man, I still get nervous, especially what kind of crowd you're gonna have, you know what I mean? Whether it's going to be a dancing crowd or it's going to be a crowd that's just going to sit down and listen to the music, and so yeah, just knowing, not knowing what kind of crowd you have that night, it's that's what gets me nervous, right? So,
Yeah.
But other than that, we enjoy everywhere we go, man. We're still trying to break into the Houston market, man. So hopefully somebody will will roll the dice on us and take us into Houston, right? But
If
we'll leave it
anyone's
up.
in the
We'll leave it.
Houston area, go message Joe so that y'all can take them down there. Anybody watching this today or the next day, y'all go message Joe and get the 181 boys in Houston. Do you have the info, or can we put it? Maybe someone in the comments can put where y'all are gonna be in Corpus and then in San Antonio, so we can have it in the comments. So if anyone has that info, maybe La Doña. If y'all can put that in the comments, so we can share it out as well. So kind of touching back a little bit, since you said you didn't grow up in a very musically, like, there was not a lot of inspiration from your own family, are you doing that for your family?
As a matter of fact, my younger one, our 12-year-old son, he's fixing to go into middle school, and he's gonna get into the percussion section. So I guess it's kind of rubbing off, on him a little bit, where he's gonna try the music, a little bit. But yeah, he wants to get into the drums, right? So nowadays, man, these youngsters they're all into that hip hop, rap, or that cumbia style of deal, right? But so that going back to what we were talking about earlier, trying to attract the younger generation, right? So that's that's kind of right there what we need, right, for these younger kids to keep our culture going, right? So yeah, so my 12-year-old, he's interested in being a drummer.
That's
Awesome.
good. That's good.
Reading through the comments. Give me 1 second.
And welcome in, everyone. If you're just now joining us, we got Joe Solis here with the 181 boys, and excited to have him on. We had the opportunity of hearing him in Beeville, Texas, and they put on a hell of a show. We got Ruby Ann joining. We have Alex Saenz. We have Terry, La Doña. Welcome in, everyone, once again, and I hope everyone is having a great Thursday. We are closer to the weekend, so.
The very
Cowboys play tonight.
Ian.
Oh, is that right? We're not keeping you, are we?
What's that?
I said, we're not keeping you. We're not keeping you, are we?
Nah, it's a preseason game.
Okay.
And it's just the Cowboys. So.
Calm down, George. Calm down, George. Calm
Just the
down.
Cowboys.
It's just the Cowboys.
Do you want me to take him out of the camera, Joe? I can take him out real quick. I can take him out.
Man, Joe, you be ready for Saturday, all right? Put Saturday on. Texans are playing Saturday.
He's a Texans fan.
Texas
So.
play Saturday.
We have one in every crowd.
Man,
It's okay.
There's always one.
Ruben's gonna come and high five y'all right now, man. He's originally from Houston, right? So he's a big Houston fan.
He's the only one. We're Cowboy fans here. We're Cowboy fans. So he's the only one. See, Alex said Puro
Yeah.
Cowboys.
Puro Cowboys.
So, okay, here's the information. The Puro Pedo Talk Show, the third annual celebration, September 13th at B&N Sports Bar. So if you're in the San Antonio area, write that down and go check them out because they put on one heck of a show.
Yeah, we'll be in Carrizo Springs Labor Day weekend, August the 30th. We'll be in Carrizo Springs. Raymondville will be in Raymondville, Texas, August 23rd. We'll be back in the Valley August 23rd.
So you're busy. You are staying pretty busy.
That's great.
Yeah, we've been real busy. Last weekend was our first weekend off in a while, man, and believe me, I enjoyed it to the T, man. We took my boys fishing, and it was, it's great. It's great.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Gotta put it on.
as soon as you brought up the C word, it started acting up again.
So yeah, it was great being off last weekend.
Good. That's great. Yeah, you got to spend time with the family. I know you love the shows and everything.
It cut off.
Oh, he'll come back. He'll come back.
See, you say 3 times like Beetlejuice.
We want to thank everybody. We want to thank our sponsor of the show. We have Sirius Tejano sponsoring Let's Talk Tejano. We are live every Tuesday night on TikTok. So if you're not following us, go to TikTok and search Let's Talk Tejano. You'll find our accounts on there. And we go live every Tuesday night interviewing just like this.
Mhm.
And
There.
there he is.
There.
Follow us. Go find us, okay?
Yeah.
Alright.
So we've been busy. Like I said, being off last weekend was great. It was great being off, and you know, it's sometimes you got to kind of just unwind for a little bit. You know, I don't just only do music. I coach my little one in baseball also, so we're always traveling with him. You know, for baseball.
Nice.
So
There you
so
go.
so when we're
That's a
not
lot
doing,
of fun right there, man.
yeah, when we're not doing music, man, we're doing baseball, man. So it's never ending.
Oh yeah, yeah. I coached my boys from 5 to all the way to 14 when they got done with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unnerving, but looking back at it now, man, I miss those days, man.
Yeah, it's
I really
memories
do.
to take with you.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, and I'm actually, am I lagging as well? Because I have no bars.
No, you're fine. You're doing all right.
Okay, good. That's what I'm looking at this. Yeah, I'm trying to reconnect to my Wi-Fi as we speak.
No, you're
actually.
fine.
All right.
So
So
you're
Joe, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So I was
No,
gonna say, Joe. So obviously you brought up, you family time. Um, obviously y'all make it to Houston. You have ambitions to make it here as well. What I mean, as far as the challenges you said y'all face, I mean, you guys are independent, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So we've asked other artists this before. Do you think looking for a label or jumping on a label will probably give y'all that extra push, or is this just something the hustle that y'all guys put in is going to get y'all there eventually?
We've talked about it. We've believe it or not, we've talked about it. With the guys. About maybe down the road. We got to get with the label, right? The only thing, like we enjoy independence, that we kind of run our own show. We're not in anybody's mercy, right? We make our own schedule. We I guess, like they say, we don't have to really answer to anybody, right? But us, right?
Right.
And so but yeah, as far as ever signing with the label, it's been talked about, right? But we feel like as long as we're able to create the music, that we've created up until this point, I think we kind of sidestep that, right? We'll just do what we're doing, right? With the help of the promoters, right? Like Cielo Promotion does a great job with us. So yeah, but as far as talking about signing, yeah, we've talked about it. We feel like we just record good music, and hopefully that one song is there, right? That's gonna get us over that hump that we need to get over. We think it's the next single that we're gonna release.
Yeah, man, can't wait to hear it, man.
Yeah, and hopefully by the end of September, hopefully we'll have it out by the end of September. We're excited for it.
Okay. We'll be looking out for that by the end of September. Hopefully, si Dios quiere.
Yeah, God willing.
Yes, sir.
Well, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show and talking with us. I know we got to meet you in Beeville, and that was a huge honor. We got to see you jam out, and the next time you come to Dallas, I will definitely be right there waiting for my hat. And we definitely will be. DJ Elite is a DJ and has a show on Sirius Tejano as well as on TikTok. I do the same thing on TikTok and on Sirius Tejano, so we will definitely be supporting your music on our shows and pushing the 180 boys, the 181 boys, until we can't, because we're gonna keep pushing it. And I love when someone says, I need to go find that song. I need to go and download that song.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They asked for a Wapango.
Man, we haven't recorded. The first album we didn't record a Wapango or a cumbia, so we're trying to fit a cumbia into this album, right? Because we didn't do it the first album, so we're trying to fit in a cumbia, but I don't know, but we'll do a Wapango right in this album. But for sure, yeah, on this album, right? So,
What about videos for your music?
we want to do a video for this new single that we're gonna release, hopefully by, like we were saying earlier, by the end of September. So we're actually, that'll be our first video if it does go through. That single will be the video that we'll do for. So, but yeah, we're planning to do a video for it. I my mind goes at 100 miles an hour every day, right? Just trying to keep up with the market, right? Keep up with what's going on and whatever, just what's gonna keep us within reach with everybody, right? So yeah, our new single, we'll have it'll have a video, right? God willing. I don't know exactly where we'll record it at yet, but we'll get it recorded.
Well, I was gonna ask you, just out of curiosity, what kind of theme are y'all looking for in the video?
It'll be like it's a love song, right? It's a love song, so it'll have to be more like a love theme, right? Somebody meeting somebody or something. We'll have to get creative with it, right? But yeah, it'll
see Joe walking on the beach.
I have Elite and George. They'll go apply for the video and be your actors in there.
Man, they see me walking.
So many
walking on the beach.
Y'all have a great future coming up. It's good to hear that y'all are staying busy as far as having shows. Once again in San Antonio, that's going to be coming up. And Cariz, you said, where was the other one that you said that you're going to be at?
We'll be in Raymondville. The 17th we'll be here in Corpus. 23rd we'll be in Raymondville. The 30th, Labor Day weekend, we'll be in Carrizo Springs.
Carrizo Springs, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in September we'll be in San Antonio, and we have a couple of privates in September too. So,
right.
Well,
I think right around October, Raymondville has a Cacahuate Festival. You guys been approached by that?
No, we actually just did a big Conjunto festival there in Raymondville back in June. So no, I haven't heard anything about that festival. Yeah, but it's been great, man. We enjoy it. We thank all our supporters, everyone that supports us. We just we enjoy what we're doing, man, and that's what we try to please the people and try everybody that that listens to it, right? So we're gonna try to keep doing that.
Well, Alex said that Interline Films is up for helping y'all. I guess they film Rowan Nava, so you may want to write that one down.
Yeah.
They said they're up for it.
Yeah. No, definitely for that new single, we're really looking forward to that new single coming out, man. We're really excited for it. I think it's really gonna just kind of picture it like almost like a Dos Enamorados song.
Yeah. All right.
So
wow.
But we wanted to really come out how we wanted to sound, right? So that's why we haven't really rushed through it too much.
You have our support, and once it does, that it's going to be playing on our shows once again. Of course, mi amiga, she has her show on Sirius Tejano Saturdays and Sundays, and then I have mine Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we'll be looking out for that, and you have our support 100%. That we will be playing that. I mean, of course, you always hear Dos Enamorados. I mean, that's one that we have to play that. That's constantly in our playlist. So, yeah, we look forward to it, mi amigo.
And now Volver. We got to put that one in there because, we got to start early breaking out the drinks for Volver. So,
Yeah, or Friday.
And just to put your mind at ease, Joe, the boys don't play tonight. They play on Saturday, actually. They play the Rams. Yeah, they play the Rams on Saturday at 6.
I thought they were playing tonight.
Yeah. You're not missing nothing. You're good.
Yeah, I'm not missing. We'll be in a baseball Saturday.
Big saludos going to Puro Pedo Talk Show. Thank you so much for joining Sirius Tejano and Let's Talk Tejano tonight. Welcome in, everybody. We definitely appreciate you hanging out with us and learning a little bit more about the 181 Boys. I hope you learned a little bit more. I know I did. But if you don't, you can rewatch this video all over again. And if they are playing in a city near you, go out and check it out because you are going to be jamming out with them. They put on one heck of a show. It's from the time they start until the time they end. It's nonstop. Y otra. And you have some really talented guys in your band. Can you introduce a little bit your band members real quick before we close out?
Yeah, like I said earlier, a big shout out to my brother, man, Manuel Solis, the original drummer for the 181 Boys. He's him and I started this together, work related, right? He had to step back, so he's now more in the, in the back of the, behind the scenes type of deal. But now we were blessed to gain a Hall of Famer, man, a legend, Mr. Rubén Mendoza on the drums now. He's going on a year with us this month. Was 24 years with those chamacos, man. So yeah, we got Mr. Rubén Mendoza on the drums, and on the bass we have Mr. Harvey Gonzalez, another Hall of Famer. He was with La Sombra for 30 years. So having those two guys right there, like I said earlier, I'm the new one to the music, right? So just having two Hall of Famers, legends, on stage with you, makes my job that much more easier. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have Harvey Gonzalez out of Corpus Christi on the bass. On accordion, we have Mr. Rene Buda Reyes out of Corpus Christi. And then our bajo sexto player, he's been the one that's been the longest with us. He's been with us 3 years already. Mr. Michael Vela. It's great to have him. He's been with us through thick and thin, man. He's seen the lows, that we've gone through, and he's seen the up to where we're at right now, man. And we appreciate him hanging with us and sticking with our vision, right? So yeah, that's those are the guys that formed the 181 Boys, and yo soy su servidor, Joe Solis, right out of Gregory, Texas. A big shout out to our wives, primeramente, a big shout out to our good Lord Jesus Christ, right? That he blesses us each and every day with our health and to be able to do what we do through our lives, right? Without his blessing, right, we can't do anything in this world.
Absolutely.
And a big shout out to our my beautiful wife, Ms. Joanne Solis, and my kids for supporting me. Ms. Vanessa Flores, Ms. Donna Gonzalez, Ms. Elida Reyes, and then our bajo player single, right? So, but yeah, everybody that without our wife's support, we're not able to do this, what we do, right? And to all the fans and all the radio stations and everybody that has supported our music, right, from day one. Todos los fanáticos, the 181 Boys, gracias por el apoyo. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts, to all you guys, Sirius Tejano, for supporting our music.
Yes.
So yeah, it's a blessing. Like I said, it's a dream for us. We never expected it to become this, right? And it's more than what we imagined it would ever have been. And all glory to God, man.
Well, that's so good to hear, and it's good to hear that you mentioned God and putting Him first. That shows your character. It really does, and that is, the reason why. And I'm sure you represent the rest of the band as well. And like I said, it just really shows your character, and that's why you will succeed. And another thing that you brought up that is something that's admirable, and that is, you thank your family, your wives, and just the family, because a lot of people don't really put that into account. That it takes not only the band and the traveling and everything, but they have to have that support behind the doors, behind the scenes, and that is the family. And once again, just that you showed that truly shows your character and a representation of the 181 Boys. And so once again, it's been an honor to have you on the show. Thank you so much. We enjoy your music. We're going to continue to play it. We look forward to everything coming forward, the shows, the new album, the new song. And we wish you the best, the absolute best.
Thank you. Definitely. I second that. And Go ahead.
Before I forget, to Mr. Alex Sainz, Cielo Promotions, to Vivian La Doña Chingona, all the promoters that promote us, everybody that works behind the scenes for us, making flyers, all the things that people really don't, take into consideration, man. Flyers, everything, being made, man. That's
That is
that's
everything.
big help. Mr. Flaco Hernandez, that does all our background work for us, man. So yeah, to all the Alex, and the Cielo promotion crew do a great job for us, man. And our blessings to them, man. So, and everybody that has hired us in events or whatever, hey, thank you guys for supporting us.
Good deal. Yeah, uno
It's a-
saludo for them as well.
It's a whole production and it takes a team. And it sounds like you have a very good team that is behind you and helping you and guiding you. So, big shout out to all of your team, the guys in the band, the families that have to put up with you all being gone and working so hard at both your jobs. And so, big saludos and all the production, like you said, all the promoting, all the legwork of social media. We know how hard that is. It's a full time job. So a big saludos. And if you're not following 181 Boys, go find them on all the music media platforms as well as on the social medias here on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. Go find them because they're using those social medias to their advantage to see what you all like and what you all want to hear. So go find them, go follow them, and definitely support the 181 Boys. Like I said before, if you get to see them in your area, go check them out. It's from the beginning to the end. You're not gonna be disappointed. It's hit after hit. He has a lot of talent behind him, and of course the very talented Joe singing for them. Much respect to you all. I'm so glad we got to meet you and see you, and we look forward to seeing what you all do. Like Elite said, we look forward to continuously playing your music and have this interview one more time down the road.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for inviting us, for inviting me on behalf of the 181 Boys. Gracias a ustedes, Sirius Tejano, for this opportunity, man. Thank y'all for supporting our music. And as soon as that new single drops, you guys will have it in y'all's hands. With the good Lord's help, right? So we're looking forward to it, man. We're excited for that new single.
Yeah.
Cielo team said they're happy to support the 181 Boys. So that says a lot right there. So, Joe, thank you so much. We want to thank you. Have a great rest of your evening. Like I said, we look forward to doing this again with you in the future. And I can't wait for that new song to come out in a month, probably, right? Is what you're saying?
But
Okay.
that's what we're shooting for. So God willing, we'll have it out by then, and Sirius Tejano will be spinning it.
Most definitely. Yes, gracias for your time and talent. And everyone that joined us, thank you so much to everyone that's commenting, sharing, and helping us support Sirius Tejano and Let's Talk Tejano. A big saludos to our sponsor, A Fuego Lento Seasoning. We couldn't do it without Sirius Tejano and A Fuego Lento Seasoning. So muchos saludos. Thank you guys so much to Joe for joining us. I hope you have a great rest of your night. De parte de Let's Talk Tejano, George Medina, DJ Elite, and myself. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of your evening.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
You too. Phenomenal. That was awesome. Yay.
Yes.
We're done. Are we done? All right, y'all. Good night.
Good night. Y'all have a good night.